Alright, how you going, guys? Uh, I was hoping to get there. Oh, hang on. Hopefully that'll be better. Alright. On the road. So we're in Goroka, beginning. Mic is very low for some reason at the moment. I try and move it very slowly. Alright, so we're going to be heading up to AEG. Awesome. That's okay. That's not going to help. Right, so we're sitting here on the stand at Goroka, and figure out why this is so. Alright, so that's that. All done. That should be better, I hope. Cross fingers. I don't know why that went down to like that, so. A little bit. For some reason. Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes. If it gets too quiet, I'll have to figure it. I might even put the mic up properly. I don't know if it'll reach. No, it's not going to reach. I'm not going to play with it. Alright, so we're actually heading up to the out 1, 2. So from Goroka to Chimbu, and then we're going to be heading into a canyon into KEG. So that area is quite hard to actually land in. So it's about a 20-odd minute flight. One way in, one way out trip. So we've got everything loaded up. We're all good. The airline ARP is all sorted. Let's make sure that we're. For some reason, my head is like lopsided, and my hat doesn't like sit properly. Alright, cool. So like that. I think that is a monitor issue right there. There we go, that looks better. Alright, let's close up and get to it. Alright, everyone got their belts on. Okay. Alrighty. So we can also bring the checklist up for the Kodiak custom. So before starting engines, we've already done our cabin inspection this morning, so let's have a look. Weight and balance is checked. Passenger briefing obviously checked. Closed doors and locked. Cabin yeah. Port secure, all that stuff. Master switch on, avionics on. Alright, Maybe a nice switch on. Parking brake is definitely set. Parking brake is set. No, it's just those. Okay, parking brake is set. Engine inlet as required. So the engine inlet is sitting on normal, which is okay. We don't need anything else like that. Fuel selectors are on left and right. Fuel selectors left and right. Firewall shut-off valve is pushed in. Emergency power lever is set to normal. I don't think you can actually move that lever, so that's not a big deal. Power is set to idle, which both are. Feather is feathered, and idle's there, and that is off. Okay, so condition leader is idle, cutoff, flaps are up at 0, which is there. Just stop and check. Circuit breakers are all pushed in. Circuit breakers. Oh, lost my circuit breakers. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, they're all pushed in. Nothing's popped out, as you can see. Let's double check. Yeah, they look like they're pushed out. Anyways, okay, circuits and breakers are all pushed in. Cabin heat is off, which I believe would be all over here, which is all off at the moment. Takeoff, torque determined on limit, and autopilot performance check. Right, so if we go to the website, just got the website up here. Okay, virtual aviation lounge. Some works. Need to find something that I like using. Alrighty, I just need to find where it is. Okay, so I'll bring that over here, actually. And let's quickly show you. Position out. Alrighty, so we have the torque performance that we're going to be checking here. So we want to make sure that what sea level we're at, so we'll sort out what the roper's height is. So let's go ahead and do just that. I'll just grab, we'll go there, we'll go Google, YG, AYG, bar. So I think that'll come up with Skyback bar, which is not too shabby. That's just the charts. I don't want the charts. I would like the meta, if there is any. So at the moment, got the meta out there. There is a way of we can do it here in the airline area. So we'll go airport. AYG aim to give us the meta for the go. Alright, so the meta, we got absolutely no kilometers, so I'm not really scattered zeros or 0. I'm just looking for the Q&A, so 1019, which will probably be about the same as that. Okay, 1019. So if we could go back to here again, I'm gonna set the. We'll set it back on the aircraft. Close that for now. 1019. I don't want that. Oh, there we go. 1019. Alright, so 1019. So we're at 5,420. Righty, so if we have a look over here. We don't want any of those. So we will need to look for the 6,000 feet mark. Takeoff distance we have. How many pounds on board? So we don't have 4,000 pounds. We don't know. I think we're pretty close to 6,000 pounds on board. Let's just have a check here. Takeoff weight is 3,256. 3,256 pounds to kg. So we have 3,256 kilos on board, which we're at about the 7,000 pound mark. So we'll come over here and we will use the 7,255 pound, and we're at about 6,000 feet. Now the temperature outside gonna find the temperature. Ah, 15 degrees. So we'll be in between 20. So we'll just go 20 as the worst case scenario. And we'll do 6,000 feet as the worst case scenario. I'm not going to do conversions in between the two to find out the exact number. What we could do is just kind of, I guess, if we really wanted to, we could just use 470. So we'll use 1,470. So that'll probably be, I'm going to do 1,470 on the takeoff. So that's our takeoff distance, 1,470 for our takeoff distance. So we should, by rights, get out pretty easily. Now, if we have a look up here, our torque for 2,200 RPM at 15, we'll just use 1,440. So, yeah, we'll probably be at around, so 1,440 would be our torque factor to leave. So we'll just remember that. Okay, we'll go back to OBS and swap over position. Alright, 1,440, I'll write that down. Alright, so that is our determined check. I haven't actually written it down, but I will. 1,440 was that check. And my head tracker is going quite crazy, so I'll shut that off for now. 1,440. For today. Perform the autopilot pre-flight check. So what we can do with the autopilot pre-flight check, basically just turning the autopilot on. So we just turn the autopilot on. We go over to... Alright, get out of the way. Jesus. Turn the heading on. And we try and get the heading to do what we want. And we can't get that. Alrighty, that's it. So that's all done. Battery powered engine start. Alrighty, checking that the volts are up there. We do have volts around here somewhere. I promise you that. System. Yes, we have 25 volts in our system out there. Alrighty, so with that on, beacons on. Turn our beacon on there, make sure that's on. Emergency power normal, propeller area clear. Auxiliary fuel pump on. Auxiliary fuel pump on, ignition switch on for low monitor start and off for high start. So we're going to be doing a low start today. So we'll be doing engine starter on, blah, blah. Alrighty, so on for low monitor. Alrighty. Come over here, check for 20 NG, and we'll induce the mixture to low idle. Probably not good enough, not good doing that. I was just making sure. I'm probably going to have to change the accesses on that. So, alright, so NG accelerated rating through 40%, which it has. That's all good. Alrighty. So, an injector fuel idle, which we have. Monitor 490 AC maximum in 2 seconds. 52 NG, which we're over 56, so it's okay. So, starter and ignition off. Engine instruments all checked. Everything's roughly in the green, obviously, except the NP yet. Then auxiliary on the standby. Alright, everything's good, so we can induce our... not that. Wrong lever. Wrong lever. That lever. That's all we want. So, induce power, propeller lever, full rich, maximum RPM, engine instruments are still checked, everything's still green. Auxiliary fuel pump is on standby, which is good. Generator on, alternator on, they are done. Lights as required, so we're going to go nav on, taxis on, and that is good. And strobes off. I don't know why they were on. Lights subscribe, cabin heat as required. Avionics sets, yep, cool. Alright, so pre-flight GMA audio panels, I'm not going to go through any of those, but yeah, you probably should. Go ahead. Alright, external power engine start, we don't need that. Brakes tested and set, flight controls positioned into the wind recording. Now there is no wind really, instruments from check, and engine inlet as required, which we're going to keep as normal. Before takeoff checklist. So, engine wings are good and go. Alright, let's test that park brake events. Yeah, good. Alright, park brakes set, seatbelts checked and secure. Initial wheels locked. There's only myself in the front. Any loose items secure. Flight controls fully incorrect, which we have done. Instruments checked and instruments are all set. Now we're going up to Keg. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this in here so everyone knows where we're going. KEG. Come on. Be nice. That's not it. I want E. There we go. Alright, so we're going out to Keg, which is... I am not going to pronounce it. Kandahar. Well, we'll just call it Kandahar. Kandahar. Alright, so we'll hit active on that. Enter. Active. And there we have. Well, we're not going to be flying that exact route. That's just a direct route. So that is a no-no route. We're going to be flying up and finding Chimboomba, and then we'll head out into that area. So we've done all of that. So fuel selectors are on left and right, which are there. Left and right, done, set. Welcome to the stream, mate. Fuel shut-off valve is open, which is. Flaps set for takeoff, which we're not going to set flaps for takeoff on this one, right, because we've got plenty. Trim is set for takeoff, so we'll put the trim there for takeoff. And trim set for takeoff, trim's checked. Engine inlets system check on first air flight, so let's have a look. I don't think we can do anything else, so I'm just going to leave it on normal. It's not actually in. It's not actually sorted. Oh, we're lost. Where am I? That's done. Ready. Power lever, 300 feet. Power lever, yep. Check bolts. Bolts are still good, I believe. Yeah, we got 26. Governor warning, overspeed test. Yeah. Power levers, idle, quadrants adjusted, insert in. Yep, it's all good. Peter heat on when is 41 or level and visible ice. Now it is 15 degrees out, 16 degrees outside, so it's not below 10, so we're fine. 41 Fahrenheit, I believe is, yeah. Avionics set, CDI is set, which we've got for GPS, which we're not really worried about. Annunciator panel check. Annunciator panels there, alerts, not with that. Alrighty, strobes is required, which we're not going to do just yet. Brakes released RPM, prop lever to max, and condition fuel lever set for high idle. Alright, so for takeoff, we're going to be setting elevator trim, which we have. So for takeoff, air now has changed, and we're going to be rotating at about 60-65 knots and climbing out at 85 to 95 knots. So we'll probably just set it on 90 for our climb today, and retract flaps when safe to do so. But we're not using flaps today, so we should be fine. Short field takeoff, we're not going to worry until we leave, and then we have our auxiliary front on standby and all that. So we'll have a look at that in a little bit. So we'll just use that there. Takeoff. Right, we're all good. Country is correct and all good. So, park brakes off. Thank you, welcome to the stream, guys. Park brakes off. We're going out to the runway. We're going to be taking off on the far runway today. There's no one out there, so we'll just give up a call. We're on VATSIM today as well. So, Goroka traffic, Kodiak 2 from Goroka. We're heading out to Kilo Echo Golf over the range. Taking off on runway 17 right. Alrighty. So we're coming out to the runway. Let's induce to high idle, so that gets going. And strobes on, and landing lights are... There's landing lights. Landing lights on. There we go. So we're taking some linguists out there today with my virtual airline. So this is our runway. 17 left. Everything's all good, so we're all done that. We're looking for like 1,400 in the torque, as you can see there. Alright, we're going to be at 2,200 RPM on the RPM. So that. Goroka. Kodiak 2 taking off. Runway 17 right. Alright, bringing it to 1,040, which is about there. Everything's in the green, let's get going. So this aircraft's a little bit different. on the takeoff. So we have our, probably should have changed our V speeds. Just give it a little bit more power. 60 to 65 is our rotation speed, rotating nice and slowly. Whoa. A lot of rudder off of this aircraft. And I said about 90 knots for this aircraft. I probably should have changed our V speed, but that's okay. I'll just come up a little bit more. At 93 there, that's okay. About 85 to 95, I think I said. Now I'll swing around. You got to be very careful with this aircraft. He can do a massive wing drop into the ground if you pull up too quickly. We're just sitting there at 95 for our departure, which is good. Just grab the trim well there. Alright, like I said, we're not going to be flying directly on that purple line. So once we get a little bit higher, we're going to be heading over the range to our left and heading up to Chimboomba. Chimboom. And then we'll head in to Kilo Echo Golf via the range. Because, yeah, the range is quite high and I don't want to be doing stuff at that height. One way in, one way out type of airfield where we're going. Most of the airfields out here are quite dangerous. But that peak just over there, we're just going to creep around that peak and then follow the peak in. We have a look on the map and zoom out. Wrong way. So we're going to be going over to YCH and then we're going to be following in. There's like a little range there. You can see that via the rain data there. Alright, so let's level off at around 8,500. Get up over this range and then we'll descend back down into the range. So we're at the height that we need to be for peg. So there we go. 8,500 there, so let's trim. I'm going to bring us down to about 1,200 on the torque now. Landing lights can come off, taxi lights can come off. I need to get a switch for that. My landing light switch broke. So I thought I had that fixed, but that's okay. We're a little higher. That's alright. I just don't want to be too low here. When I come out here, I normally try and do the same route each time because it seems to work. I did a lot of these routes with the Caravan. This aircraft's a little bit more complex than the Caravan when it comes to the flight modeling. I'm still trying to learn it. Get thrown around quite a lot. So about 8,500 feet over the top of this range. There's some really nice. I like. It's just this place is just really nice to fly over. Like the scenery is just phenomenal in Papua New Guinea. Some of the airports out in Papua New Guinea, like the airports just hang off the side of the mountains and stuff like that. It's really good. There's some really nice places in Alaska too. That's where we also fly. I just prefer Papua New Guinea. Alright, so I'll be heading down into this canyon here and coming around to the left. So what we'll do is we'll bring the RPM back to 1,000, 2,000, all the way back down to 2,000 here. There we go. Now I'll bring the fork back so we don't overspeed. There we go, on about 163-ish knots. Well, it'll slowly descend. When we get around the other side, we probably should start seeing the airport. And then we'll pretty much set up for a very long final kind of way. So once we get into the canyon, or into the gorge-ish area between the mountains, we'll turn lights on, get everything sorted with the flaps and all that sort of stuff, and go from there. I'm going to kind of cheat too with the... not 100% sure what the airport is. Actually, I can find out exactly what the airport is. I totally forgot about that. So we'll go to ICAO, we'll go to airport, and we'll type in PEG, which is PEG. I'm trying to do this while I'm flying. Don't do this while you're flying. Doesn't really give us an attitude or anything. It doesn't give us any meta available. So what did I say? YCH. So AYCH. AYCH. And they've got the same. That's good. So they have the same hectopascals, so 1019. So we'll just keep that there. How you going? Welcome to the stream. We're heading out to an airport called what's it called? So there's Chimbu. We're going out to Eglasu. I don't know where it is. I can't remember. Can't pronounce it. Okay. Kandari. We'll just call it Kandari. Kandari. That's where we're going. Alright, well, we're going to shoot around here and we'll find where we're going. We'll be right there. So you can go that way and then shoot around the mountain. We're just going to shoot over the top of this one. And bring this up to 2,100. bring our torque up to about 1,300. Instead of cleat climbing, we'll try and take this little low pass over the mountain run here. Alrighty, so what we need to get ready for is a maximum performance climb. We don't really need that, that's a cruise. So, but you can basically choose wherever things are required for you, depending on if you want to save fuel or not. We've got quite a bit of fuel on board, and I've done a lot of calculations already on the outside what fuel I'm going to need for the flights today. So we're pretty much almost full tanks. We're not going to be filling up in Misonary, so we won't worry about that too much. So we're just going to shoot over this one and then probably turn right up here. Alright, so descent, so engine linear is required, obviously again. If it's under 10 degrees, we'd use, or under 0, whatever it is, 41 I think is 0 Celsius. Not going to use that, or visible moisture. There's no moisture around, so it's not a big deal. Altimeter is set, which we have. CDI is set, power lift is required. Seatbelts locked and secure, and leave. So we'll unlock that, but we can keep it locked, it's okay. Loose items here, so we don't need any. We'll do that when we get there. So that is basically our seat belts and harnesses are locked tighter than, like, it's just secure. There's one on the co-pilot seat, one else. Our seat belts are up in the roof there. Mine is there. So it just locks the seats, locks the harnesses a little bit more tightly. So the passage that we're going to be taking, the mountain pass, is right in front of us, and it looks a little hairy when it comes to the clouds there. Now, if we do have to do a missed approach, we can't just like turn around like any other aircraft, obviously. In a simulator, I'm guessing we could probably just slew the aircraft. But yeah, no, we're not going to do that. If we do a missed approach, we're going to be going up the range a little bit more, doing a turn around and come back. And we should be able to hit the runway on the other side. Not on the other side, but like we'd do a loop and then swing back around. But there is no room for error when it comes to this. No overfly, no circuit pattern. It's basically come in, spot the airfield, and land. If you can't spot the airfield, then we come back to Chimbu, wait for the weather to disappear, and then off you go again. So, really hoping that we can spot the airfield straight away. Alright, I'm going to get rid of the CDI, so that flight director can stop being, maybe not. I was hoping that the flight director would fix itself up. Alright, so there's Chimbu down there. You can just see it over the mountains there. It's an airfield that I regularly fly into on this bush trip. Now, coming into there, you'd zip around this mountain, go around to the right, and then land on the runway. That's also a one-way in, one-way out runway. You can't really land from this side because it's the mountain there. Otherwise, you could hug this mountain on the left here, flying over this like little river, and then turning around on the other side. I normally just go around this one and then come in on the runway. Otherwise, you could fly over the top to the left. You can fly over the top and then do a big loop around the top there. So Papua New Guinea doesn't really have the luxuries of real landings that we normally do in America, Australia, UK. So basically, you've just got to make do, get the aircraft on the ground. There's really no circuit patterns available in most of the airports around here. Kuroku, you can do circuits, obviously. It's out in a nice valley. On the other side of the mountain just there, there's plenty more smaller airports out there that you can do circuits because they're out in the open. But yeah, this one, I wouldn't advise it. The mountain's pretty close on this side, and it has a massive 2.5 degree incline, decline. Alright, so we can see the other end of the mountain pass here, so we'll just bring up the power up to 2,200, and we'll bring up our torque up to about 1,500. Get ready for landing. Alrighty, so getting ready for landing, lights on, landing lights on. Like that. So after this, we'll reset the... Well, we're not going to reset the flight. We'll just reset the aircraft's weight and balance. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. And then we'll be flying up to another airfield, which is further up the gorge. Well, not this way. We'll be coming back out this way. But it's over the other side of Chimbuba. Now, I have actually not flown into that airport up there before. So it's going to be quite exciting. But it's not... I think it's going to be a small runway. But it won't be inside mountains or something like that. It'll be inside a lot of trees. But yeah, we'll have a look. We'll see how that one goes. I haven't really flown into that one as often as I've flown into this one. So it'll be a little different. And if you're trying this with real weather, like obviously you could get rid of the weather, but I try and fly live weather as possible. So during the mornings, you get your flights out in the mornings. In the afternoons, there's a lot of clouds around, so if you come in the afternoon, you'll probably find yourself stuck, and all that sort of stuff, so yeah. Alright, so we're coming up to like a Y intersection here in the mountain pass. We want to go right here. So we'll just keep flying through. How you going? Welcome to the stream, guys. And if you go left, you're going to get caught, and you won't be able to turn around, and you'll be say, see ya. A lot of people will end up going up there, and they'll be like, oh no, I can't turn around. And the same up here as well. At least if you go down this one, you've got some time to get up and turn around and then come back out and come down here. But yeah, so if you have a look down there, yeah, you got some places to turn around down there. You can zip around that mountain and come back this way. We just want to fly up this way. Alright, so there'll be another Y, like a Y intersection up here. We want to take the left, not this one. It's around this pass up here. So a quick check again, everyone. We've got lights there. We're all good. We've got our seatbelts locked. Flaps, we're going to obviously have flaps sorted soon. Everyone has their stuff stowed. We've got all their baggages and peoples ready to go. So we can actually swap, drop our flaps now if we wanted to, and come in nice and slowly. But we'll do that in a minute. So when we come up to this next part right in front of us, we're going to try and hug it as high as we can and stay around about 7,000 feet, as high as possible. Anything under 6,000 you're going to have to climb a little bit. So as soon as we come around, we should be able to see the airfield pretty much straight away. We're going to come around here. I really hope I can spot it before you guys. Like I said, it's been a while. This should be out here on the left. So we come up around here and then we'll pretty much just land straight on inside it. Around here, where the buildings are. There it is. Okay, so flaps down, 1. Flaps down, 2. So it's pretty much pretty quickly trying to get in here. 30 degrees, flaps. And last lot of flaps. And about 88 to 85 for your approach. Make sure I get my arm rest out of the way so I can pull this into reverse. And get on the brakes. So we're kind of up a hill, so going full throttle up a hill, it's quite crazy. Alright, we'll turn the lights off here. Landing lights off. Let's see a no. Alrighty, now we're bringing up the checklist here for pretty much a shutdown procedures before landing, normal landing, short field landing. So we probably should have looked at that. 74 knots. I did 80 because I know what I can do here. Main wheels first, which we did. Beta range, touchdown after, which we have, and full aft on the yoke, which we didn't need really because this had a mountain stuff. So after landing, full power lever. Oh, that's Blake landing. No, we don't need that. After landing, flap 0, condition lever. So let's make sure that's there. Condition lever, low idle. Low idle for taxi. Auxiliary fuel pump off. Strobes off. Landing lights as required. And pilot right and left harnesses. This is all good. So shutdown, park brake set. Environmental control systems done. Avionics bus switch is off, which I didn't even turn on. Power levers idle, which we have done. Power the prop. Generators off. Alternators off. ITT stabilizing temperature. Have a look at the ITT there. Yep, ITT and fuel cut off. Oxygen's off. Everything's off. Master switch off. Avionics off. There we go. Alrighty. Cool. So if you're sticking around, we're about to go for another flight. So don't worry too much. I'm just going to say I have arrived. And I'm going to submit this, and then we're going to head off again, pretty much. Right, so we'll submit that flight. Flight submitted. And we'll go file dispatch from this airfield. Alright, so I haven't actually submitted a flight, so let's go grab that right now. So I'll just quickly turn that off. Alright, so finding contracts. I had a contract here. Flight dispatch, I do have a contract. So we have, obviously, some government stuff. So we only have 6 people leaving from here this time. Destination is AYMU. AYMU, we're going to select the aircraft, and we're going to keep how much fuel we have on board. And we will hit file dispatch. That's done. We're going to fetch. So we got that, and we got 6 people on board this time, not 7. So we'll go up here and grab the rusty. So we'll get rid of the cargo that we had before, and we're going to delete those guys. I'm just using 60 as a bare minimum. Now, you'd think Papua New Guinea guys would be quite lean. Right. without further ado, let's get going again. Alrighty, so let's have a look at our weight and balance. Now we're at 3,200. So we'll probably be roughly using about the same torque. So about 1,400. Now we're going to be on a short runway. So we'll be having a look at the short field takeoff. So we'll be at the short field takeoff. So we're going to have 20 flaps this time. Elevation set, elevator trim set, takeoff checked. 65 rotation, 85. So it's basically the same thing. We're just going to have 20 flaps. Alrighty. So without further ado, let's get this before engine start. We've done all of that. Passenger briefing's completed. Doors closed and locked, not locked. Cabin secure. Master switch is on. Avionics master on. Parking brake is set. Generators on. Engine inlet required, which we don't need. We already talked about that. Fuel selectors are on. Emergency power selected and normal. So we're going to go ahead and start this flight. So flight is started. Fuel selectors on. Firewalls pushed in. Emergency power levers normal. Power's idle. Done. Air condition feather cut off. 0 flaps. All circuit breakers pushed in. Cabin heat is off. Determined. So we've already determined. We already know for the first day of the first flight of the day, the autopilot is all good and sorted. Right. Battery power. Checking the volts again. Checking the volts, we have 25 on there. I think they are the volts just above the fuel quality as well. So good. Beacon is turned on. The engine power is normal. Propeller area clear. Auxiliary fuel pump is now on. We're just going to go ahead and do the low start. So we'll just do clear prop. Yell that outside. Clear prop. And close up. Mission on. Oops. Low start. Monitoring for 14%. There's 14%. We're going to induce your fuel idle, which is right there. Fuel idle is sorted. Now we're just monitoring the NG to bring it up over to 52, which is over 52. It's now in the green, which is all good. So we're going to induce. We're going to turn the starter off now. Now these are actually spring-loaded weapon. These are not weapons. These are actually spring-loaded switches here. For some reason, they're not spring-loaded. Even if I use a key bar, it's still not spring-loaded. Already, propeller max RPM done. Back down in instruments, everything's in the green. Everything's coming up nice and good. Welcome to the stream, guys. Alright, auxiliary fuel pump to standby. Avionics buses on. Generators are on. Good. Landing lights, taxi, navigation and taxi lights on. Done. Generator alternator on. Landing the lights as required. And avionics as set. And pre-flight and all that sort of stuff. Avionics set. So we're going from here now out to AYMU. So we'll go here and we'll set that up. So oh, come on. That's not fair. So we'll just do that. AYM. We're going out there, and obviously again, we will not be following that line because we won't get out. So we've done that, so we're not doing that. External brake test, flight controls position incorrect, and engine inlet, so we'll put that over there. Alright, brake set and checked. Brake is checked and that's okay. Alrighty, good. Alright, what do we got? Airports. Yeah, we'll just call it Kilo Echo Golf for departure. So AYMU was our departure, our destination. So I just want to double check everything that is good to go. Now we don't actually have any meta out there, but it's not that far away. So I'm just going to stick here at the 1019. Right, we know what we're going to be taking off at. So today's torque is around about 1,330 is the torque that we'll be using for today's takeoff for this airfield. Okay, ready. Kilo Echo Golf traffic. Kodiak 2 taking off the main runway down the gorge. Kilo Echo Golf truck. Alright, short field takeoff. 20 degrees of flaps there, let them run their motion. We're going to go ahead, strobes on, lights on. So landing lights on and harness is secure, everything's good, all good. So we're going to take as much of the runway as possible. Make sure we got our trim set. Park brake on. Right, so we want everything to be in the green before we leave, and we want about 1,300. So I'm just going to go for a little bit more torque, maybe 1,400. Park brakes on. Bring up the mixture. I totally forgot about that. My bad. So we'll wait until the mixture's all sorted itself out. So I said 1,400. So there's the 1,400 right there, 1,440. Alright, we're all good. And don't mind the V-speeds, I haven't changed them again. I'll do that next flight when we head back to Goroku. Alright, brakes off, let's go. Now again, nice and slow takeoff. Nice and slight movements on the stick. Otherwise you're going to have that left wing drop. You don't want that. Airspeed's 11 rising. There's 60. There's 65. Alright, pull back on the stick. Alright, we're up and going. Flaps up to 10. Just to 10. Alright. And retrim. Alrighty, so we'll go landing lights and taxi lights off. And we'll follow the gorge back out. And finally we have our, I was wondering why that didn't turn on last time. Our environmental controls. Weird. We'll turn the environmental controls on for the passengers at the back there. That is probably because we didn't turn the avionics bus on, actually. That was my bad. Alright, so we're just going to head back out to Chimbu, and then from Chimbu we'll just head up north to the next airfield that we're heading to. gotta say, I do really like the Kodiak. It's an amazing little aircraft, piece of machinery that is just great to fly. I do like flying it. I can't wait till the same developers that made this aircraft, they're making the PC-12. So it's going to be great to see what the PC-12 is all about. They're actually making 2 models of PC-12. They're making the first version that they're making is the PC-12 /47, which is like a mixture of glass and steam gauges. And then next year in 2023, they're going to be dropping their next version of the PC-12, which will be the full G3000 suite. I think they have, or it might be G1000, but it'll be a full glass gauge PC-12. So have a look at that for SimWorks. SimWorks have done an amazing job on this aircraft, so I'm really hoping that the PC-12 is pretty much going to be the same. They did say in the forums that the quality of the PC-12 is going to be quality of this aircraft, and unlike every aircraft, this actually has 2 different types of timers. It has flight time and block time, which I think is really cool. So flight time is how long you've been flying the aircraft in the air, and block time is how long the battery has been turned on for. So I actually kind of like that feature in this aircraft, because that's obviously what you see in every other aircraft. So if you wanted to do proper job logbooks in this, you can, which I think is a really good experience for people that haven't flown before. But most of the other aircraft that you fly in 2020, X-Plane, FSX, Prepared, they only have the one, which is pretty much the same as what you would see on the Taco. But yeah. But another thing, in most glass cockpits, you don't even have the engine timer, so that's another good thing. Alright, so we kind of can't see through there, can we? Yeah, we've got a little bit. I can see over there, so we'll shoot over the top. So we're flying over top Chimbu now. So this is what Papua New Guinea can be like any time of the day. Nice cloud cover. We're just coming outside of the fog, out of the, we'll just be heading up to the north out here. So Chimbu's just down. Low cloud cover, fog, plenty of fog. Now I'm not 100% sure what they call this airport out here. Does it say in here what it's called? Grim Ambin, something like this. Now there's no matter out there at all, so we're just going with feel, and we'll have a look at. We'll be able to do an overfly over this airfield, which is really good. It's a small airfield out in the sticks. Yeah. So as you can see, it's pretty much just in smack bang out in the pretty much just out ahead of us in the valley out here, out to the rightish part. So this valley you can get down in about 6,500, which we will once we get over these clouds just ahead of us. Alright, so we'll sort our aircraft out for about 1,300, and we'll keep the altitude about 7,300. That's fine. Now, I have a feeling that'll be like a danger zone, so we've got to kind of stick out of the danger zone. I'm not 100% sure, I haven't checked the charts really, but there is a chart for this airfield, I think. Let me go on and have a double check. AYMU, I believe it was called. AYMU. So I did have charts for this, or most airfields. AYMU. Yes, I do. I do have a chart for this. So AYMU, basically we can do circles. Soft spots in the parking bay, which is okay. So we can go 16 and 34. So either runway 16 or runway 34. Now having a look at the weather on our... we got a 2-knot tailwind. Honestly, not too big of a deal. Depending on what the weather is like when we get further up the canyon, up this little mountain pass, because you got the mountains either side, so wind can come either direction pretty dang quickly. So we'll double check on what we want. Now, if I am a little bit skittish on the, well, I don't know exactly what the hectopascals is up here, the QNH. So what we could possibly do, we can go AYMH, and I can check the, that's Mount Hagen, H. AYMH, we'll just see what Mount Hagen's QNH is. So it's still 1019. So I'm actually quite happy to stay on 1019 for the airfield here. Having a look at the weather, there is no wind really, so we can take runway 16, I think. So runway 16 or runway 34. I think we'll take runway 16 because I think runway 16 has less obstacles to worry about. And we can take off on runway 34 heading back to Goroka. How you going, Scott? Thanks for joining the stream. So the Goroka flight will be quite easy. It's just heading back, empty, basically. So the 2 missions that we're doing today was out to KEG and out to Alpha Yankee Mike uniform. Which I can't remember the exact name of it again. Grimambin. We'll say it's Grimambin. But yeah, I gotta say again, Papua New Guinea is a really good place to fly. Some dangerous airfields. You can get a lot of the terrain fixes and airports. A lot of the bush, on the default, a lot of these bush airfields don't exist. So there has been a lot of mods. Like I think there's like 6-7 pages of mods on flight.io that you can download pretty much every airport that you'd like to land in. So you'd see all these like little airports here, KMB, KQL, all of those ones. You won't have any of those in default. You'd have to... some of them are in there, but some of them have a lot of trees over it, so people have like deleted the trees so you can actually land on them. So yeah. But yeah, there's quite a few. So you can definitely download those. Again, I fly for Bush Drivers Virtual Airlines. We've started on one of the third-party virtual airlines, and then it just grew, and so many people fly. We also fly in Alaska, as well as Papua New Guinea. So basically, if you are a bush flyer, this is where you come. On the Bush Drivers, and you just fly all different type of aircraft. I fly the Kodiak, the Twin Otter, for the Bush Drivers. So at the moment I'm flying the Kodiak, and I'll probably do the Quadder or the Twin Otter for those people. I call it Twadder. I fly that as well. So we're just slowly decreasing, as you probably noticed. So I'd say about 1,000 feet off the ground here, so sitting at about 6,500 is basically. Still, I just totally forgot where we was it? Rambin. Rambin. Cool. Call that Rambin. Grammar traffic Kodiak to inbound south. Currently about, let's say, 4 nautical miles for runway 16 full stop. So I fly on VATSIM majority of the time. Now there's hardly any traffic out in Papua New Guinea on VATSIM, but if there is an airline flying over, they will hear. And yeah, well actually they probably won't because I'm on a different radio frequency, so we'll rectify that, shall we? So 122.8. 122.8. Let's try that. Random traffic. Kodiak 2 is a Kodiak Quest for runway 16 full stop. Alright, so if we can find that airfield, we can do a straight in, but if we can't find this airfield, then it looks like we're going to just have to fly over it and do a circle. It's out here somewhere. All I know is it's out the side of this. Can't be over there, can it? Nah. Can't be. I think we'll do a flyover, guys. Because I can't actually see it. Directly ahead of us. Most of the airfields are grass and tucked in by trees. So that's got to be it right there, I think. That strip right there. Yeah. Grammar traffic Kodiak 2 descending on the leeward side for runway 16 full stop. Yep, right there. See, so it's very hard to spot these strips sometimes. That's what happens. Alrighty. Yeah, we left that locked. Lights on, taxi lights on. The fun parts of now you want to be definitely spotting them out in the mountains a lot faster than that, a lot faster. But yeah, I kind of figured that we'd be able to do an overpass. So. Ah, flaps one. So I'll bring the checklist up for a short field landing here. Short field landing, flaps down there. Airspeed will be 74, touchdown mail and wheels first, but beta range will be going in full reverse. Brakes on full, yoke full aft, and flaps on 0. Flap 0. Yeah, no. Flaps full. Oop, we're actually quite high, and I was too busy. There we go. We're actually descending pretty nicely here. Don't do this at home. If we have to go around, we'll go around. Yeah, we're going around. Flaps up. Don't be ashamed of going around, guys. If you... Because that was a 74 knot. We were at like 110. Don't be ashamed of going around. I go around in the real world. If I don't feel safe. Human traffic, Kodiak, so you're going on. Traffic, Kodiak 2, 10 space, runway 1647. Alright, so we're at 110, 113, so we'll go full flaps straight away. Well, not full flaps, but we'll just go flaps. Don't want to be climbing here. Now we're quite high, but the speed washed off. We've got to be over 74 for a short field. Still got plenty of speed for short field, so we're fine. There's 74 right there. And touchdown. And brakes on. Alright, everything idle. Anyone's off. We're in traffic, Kodiak 2, clear the run. Righty! Just pull on in here. That was a successful second landing. Didn't crash after all. Strobes off, that's all good. Alrighty, now quick shutdown and we get ready for our next flight back to Gareka. Right, so we've done all that, brake landing, after landing, shutdown, parking brake is set, environmental controls are off. Environmental controls off. Auxiliary bus switch is off. So we've done that. Power idle, power lever idle, feather the prop, feather the prop. Feather the prop there. Generators off. And the rest of the lights off. ITT stabilized. Yep. Okay. And idle cut off. Oxygen off and everything off. And master control off. And control locks and tie downs. All that sort of stuff. Alrighty, so I'm just going to go ahead and open up that. Go ahead and open up that. All the way to back here. Grab the door. Alright. Alright, so that's that done. So we can go ahead and empty the aircraft out now because basically we do not need any more loads. That's myself, 120 kilos. Close that out, and then we'll just quickly tell the the tracker that we have landed, and we're ready to get ready for the next departure. So while that's happening, we'll get ready for the next departure, so flight dispatch. So once this is all sorted, submit the pre-rep. So pre-rep is set. Flight dispatch, we're going to do a dead run back to AYGN? No? AYGA. Yes. AYGA? Or AYG. I don't know, can't remember. That's not it. I can't remember it. No. AYGY, I think it is. No, it's not. God damn it. How do I not remember this shit? Let's bring this. Yeah, AYGA. Why isn't this not there? What I thought? AYGA. The Roku. AYGA. They've, Garoga. It's Garoga. Garoga. They didn't, it's a misspelling. I'll have to tell them that they misspelled it. Alrighty, so Kodiak 2. A-Y-G-A. Garoga. Garoka. Alright, okay, fire dispatch. We're flying dead weight back to the airfield. So basically it's just us. Alright, flight's ready to go. So for weight purposes now we're at 2,748. So pound 2 kilos. So 278, we're at 6,000 pounds. Roughly. 6,000 pounds roughly. So if we have a look at the pounds, we'll be there. It's around about 20, so we'll just go worst case scenario. We'll probably be at 6,000, so we only need 991. We can take off on a 991 strip, which I believe this strip is perfectly fine for the weight that we have. We're going to need 440 torque for a 2,200 RPM. Alrighty, so let's get the show on the road again real quickly. Before engine starts, and close that. Close the doors. So make sure you close the bottom door first, otherwise the top door will not. The bottom door. Okay. Lock those. Lock that. Ooh, jeez, there we go. Cool. Moving on with that. Bring a checklist out. Alrighty, passengers are not required in this aircraft today. Alright, doors are closed, secure, cabin secure, master switch is on. Master switch on, avionics is on, parking brake is set. Engine inlet is required, left and right fuel tanks are still selected. Fuel pump, the fuel cutoff valve is pushed in, idle. Power levers feathered, cut off, flaps is 0. Yes. All circuit breakers are pushed in, cabin heat is turned off, and torque is determined, which we said 1,440. Autopilot preflight is done for the first flight of the day already. Check the volts for 24. We have 25. You can also check it here. Main bus is 25. Okay, so we have more than enough batteries. Beacon is turned on. Emergency power lever is set to normal. Propeller area clear. Auxiliary pump is set to on. Ignition for start. Clear prop, gents. Yell the clear prop out the window. Close the window. And ignition on. Low monitor. Right, so we're monitoring 14% NG. We're going to induce some fuel into that. Ever so slowly bringing up the red up to flight low idle. Alright, monitoring the NG and its temperature, so make sure that everything comes up nice and stable and sits in the green. NP at stabling around about 800. Close to it. Everything's nice and stable. 52, above 52%, so now we can go starter off, ignition off. And bring the propeller to full max RPM. Watching the aircraft come up, and we are good when it's not above 190 maximum, which is okay. Oh, there it goes. For 2 seconds. Yep, cool. Alrighty, there we go. Engine instruments checked, which we've just done. Auxiliary fuel pump to stand by. Generators on. All good, and cabin heat is required. So we'll turn the avionic buses on now. And we will just turn our one on because we don't have anyone in the back. And we'll turn the fan down because that is loud as F. Right, avionics set. So we'll set the avionics for where we're going. So, there. A, Y, G. D8. Alright, heading into Goroka. Even the aircraft says Goroka. Alright, so we will probably be using the correct takeoff here. So actually we'll set the V1, not 110 knots, that's cruise speed. Yeah. Don't want that. We'll be setting that for about 90. So we're just using VR, VY. We can go ahead and turn the VX off. VR rotate 65, please. The glide speed will be 95, I believe. And we'll leave that there, just in case. Alright, so, we're pretty much all good. We're set. I said 6,000. We could probably drop, yeah. So we're probably going to need about 4,000. 4,080 for the total for today. Alright, so we're going to be taking off on runway 34, I believe, for this flight. So, nav and taxi lights on. I don't even know what the airport was again. Grimbam, I think it was. Grimbam traffic, Kodiak to taxi to runway 34. Alrighty, so let's do that. On our taxi, we'll just do our brake test done. Right, we'll set the lights. It's still locked, which is good. Yeah, a little soft in the parking area here. Ground traffic, Kodiak 2, and backtrack on the 34, departing to the south. I like the bouncing of the Kodiak here. Alright, short field takeoff, 20-degree flaps. Right, while we're waiting, ooh, a little bit soft here. While we're waiting for that, we'll pump the condition lever up to high idle. We're taking as much of this as we can. Bring the trim up. Alright, trim set, everything's set. Cool, brakes are on. We're all good. Inbound traffic, Kodiak 2, taking off runway 34, on departure to Berkeley. Alright, bring this here. Torque up to 1,480-ish. Alright, let's go. Alright, thrust is set. It's settling at 1,510, which is okay. Airspeed live and rising. Temperatures are all in the green. We are good. There's 60, 65. Rotating. Nice right rudder there. Let the aircraft pick up some speed. Flaps up 1. Alright. Now we'll trim out for 90 knots. Flaps up 2. Oh, let the speed get away from you there, so we'll just keep trimming up. So we need to be around about 8,500, so I'm probably just going to go up to 9,500 just to get over all the mountains that we need to get over to today for this last leg back to Kuroku. Alrighty, so we're well and truly up, so what we're going to do is going to drop the aircraft down to 101. And we'll retrim for 101 cruise climb. There's 105. There we go. And we'll just... So yeah, this aircraft does want to climb when it wants to, and we are quite light, so she'll climb, sure. Alrighty, so we can go ahead and switch the landing lights off now. We're pretty much good on that. Yeah, we're good. But yeah, who doesn't want to fly inside the mountains? These mountains are great. It's 9,500, right? Lower the nose. We'll set the aircraft for 1,300-ish. Pick up some speed here. 9,500 feet. Alrighty, let's set the autopilot real quickly. Autopilot in this aircraft is pretty straightforward. Most of this whole flight, I've been hand flying it, but it's just a nice quick flight back to Garoku now. So I'll just autopilot it back. Gives me a chance to use my Bravo throttle quadrant for actual flying and navigations and all that sort of stuff, so I'm actually really quite fond of it, to be honest. But yeah, I'll be doing a lot more streams with the Kodiak, flying around doing bush driver stuff, and also the Twin Otter. So I'll do a couple of streams here and there for all of that. We'll also be doing some streams from my trip around Australia that I have going. And if you guys want, I'll also do some flights with the Airbus A320. Definitely the 737 when it comes out. Which I absolutely love that aircraft. I have quite a few 737 videos already out, live streams, full flights. I will be updating tutorials and stuff like that for the 737. I really do like that aircraft. So yeah, there'll be quite a few streams. I also fly the Apache on DCS and quite a few other aircraft on DCS. So I'll be starting to bring some of that content out in the futures to come. So yeah. Been trying to fly this, start getting used to the Bravo throttle quadrant that I use, and vacuum, I don't know what that is. Why have I got vacuum in any ice? I don't know what that is. My annunciator panel. Backup fuel pump, by the looks of it. But yeah, no, this aircraft is right down to being able to close and move the pretty much everything on and off, even the ones at the back, I believe. Yeah, right down to it. So yeah, you can do whatever you want, even get your cup out. I found the stall warning and overspeed. I'll do that next time. Alright, so I just want to steer clear from these clouds, so I'm just going to bring the aircraft over to the right here. So yeah, in Papua New Guinea we have quite a few different Kodiaks. Down at Goroku we've got Kodiak 2 and 3, I believe. And the Twin Otter that I recently just put there earlier yesterday afternoon. So basically the aircraft, living breathing aircraft that we have in the industry. So if I was to take an aircraft, you won't be able to take it until I hand it off. But for you to pick that aircraft up, you'd have to go to the airport where I took the aircraft. So that's how it works. So yeah, we have, let me see, the Kodiak 3 down at Goroku, and I'm at Kodiak 2, and we also have the Hadley, the Hotel Bravo Delta, which is down there as well. Which is the one that I flew down there not too long ago. I think I flew that down there yesterday for the aircraft that I'll be flying with and doing a whole bunch of stuff with them. Probably going to do a little bit more flying with the Twin Otter before I go on a stream. I'm just not super savvy with it yet on these bush flights. You never know. I've never taken it down to Keg yet. Probably should take it out on a test run, see how we go. It is a nice day out at, but as you can see, clouds are coming out. It is a nice day out on Papua New Guinea in certain parts of Papua New Guinea, but the clouds are starting to roll in during the day, and it does get quite hairy in the afternoon when you're trying to fly around on live weather. But it gives you the challenge of dodging clouds and weather and trying to get into your airport or bit of destination, which I think is quite challenging, quite rewarding as well when you manage to actually get it in on live weather. The live weather I use is just the basic weather on the Sobo, and it seems alright. A lot of people decide to use the Rex weather, and it seems okay with the Rex weather. I have Rex weather as well, and in my opinion, the Sobo weather is not too bad. It's actually quite like it. It is actually working really, really well. So when you're in live weather, you can just hit the meta, and there's no meta at all. So 26 kilometers away, we can grab the weather from other airfields. So let's see if we can get Goroku's weather. There's Goroku's right there. Is there any meta available at Goroku? Yeah. No, not really. No, still none. Still none. Maybe they don't do meta out here, but yeah, you can get the meta. Now the sim is normally about 30 minutes behind the actual meta that you get online, so you can use that with a pinch of salt. So I've done quite a bit of testing in most parts of the world, and yeah, MSFS is around about 20-30 minutes off behind when it comes to their weather. Double checking that I actually started the flight. So. I just want to quickly disappear out right here. I'm trying to sneak in between these clouds. These ones here might dissipate, but it's only so in Papua New Guinea, it's just clear cloud, mostly. As long as you've got 5 kilometer viz, or 1 statute mile, I believe is what they want. But 5k viz, as long as you've got 5k viz out the front, and you clear a cloud, that's fine. But in most places at this particular height, which is 9,500, you want to be like 1,000 above and below, or 1,500 above and below, and 5,000 at the front and like 500 behind or some shit like that. So you're completely visible. Now I just got to remember where I think got to go down this canyon out to the right here, and then we shoot over the top of it, I believe. Yeah, there's the point there. The point looks a little different coming from this way. So it's basically that just like little mountain peak right there that I always go around. About 8,500 feet. The pass that I take to get over into these mountains, I think. So just creep it on around, and once we get to the peak, then we'll start descending in the Guruku, and yeah, we'll pretty much finish up there. We've been flying for quite some time now, so yeah, we'll just. Still no weather in Guruku, apparently, and the same with all that, so we'll probably land on 3-4. We could land on 3-4 right. Yeah, I reckon. We'll land on 3-4 wrong. They reckon they have 5,400 tons per foot asphalt. I'll land on 3-4 right. Well, we can. Yeah, 3-4 right or 3-4 left. No, we'll land on 3-4 left since it's closest. We'll just roll on through to the other end. Alrighty, taking over on the autopilot. Heading off, altitude off. This is the peak that I normally come around all the time, so I know I can get around it. Stay nice, because when you're coming around mountains, now if it's super windy, you'll have what they call mountain waves. Think of it as a wave in the ocean. So basically, the air hits the mountain on one side, and on the other side it shoots right up in the air, sometimes 8,000, 10,000 feet. Now we're already up that, so it'll go right up to 16,000 feet. But then it wants to do its barrel roll like it does, so you got the waves in the ocean, they come crashing back down. So you can be like full throttle, pointing up in the air, but still descending like 5,000 feet per minute. So yeah, mountain waves, you're not even going to know that you're actually in one unless you're looking at your instruments. So yeah, quite deadly flying around Papua New Guinea when it's windy. Alrighty, so we'll see how far we are. We're about 2 minutes away. I haven't really got my distance set up though. Let's check that. GPS 7 on the plaza. Correct traffic. Kodiak 2 is inbound for runway 34 left, joining downwind. 7.1 knots out at 9,000. Alrighty, so we'll start descending. Everything's full forward. We haven't turned our harnesses off. Landing lights can come on now. So fuel pump is still standby. Okay, or technically auto. Alright, so we'll just start descending 1,500. Heroku's out there in front of us there. We're going to be joining the downwind for it. Times base 3 4 1 plus 1. So 84 for the touchdown. Let's do. We're cutting over, I think, oh, there's no other aircraft coming. That was bad. Cutting someone else's path. That's great. Alright, 202 up. At least we've got a good glide slope. 88 for our landing speed there. I'm not going to worry about reverse thrust because we've got a lot of runway to catch up on. Throttle off. Ballooned it a bit there, that's alright. Correct, traffic Kodiak 2, down, rolling through, runway 34. Left. After landing, we'll bring the high or lower flaps up. strobes off, landing lights off. Hey! And someone's in my parking bay. How dare they? Broken traffic, Kodiak 2, clear the runway. Old mate just randomly walking around there. Old mate's telling me to come in him. They normally get marshals, but we are today. Doesn't taxi lots off so I don't blind him. Parking brakes on. Alright. Last lot of things. After landing shutdown. Parking brake sets. Environmental controls is turned off. Auxiliary bus switch is off. Power lever is idle. Feather the prop. Generators are off. Once they're stable. That is off. All good. Lights off. Oxygen off. Master switch off. All good. And old mate have left. Congratulations. We're all off and big. Now I will take that off and we'll turn the fuel off for the rest of the flight. And he didn't shut the door. Just as well we didn't fall out. Alright, thank you very much guys for watching. It has been a dream watching this. Of having you watch, and I hope for the next couple of flights we do all the same again. First off, we need to say I have arrived and submit the pre-rep to let them know that the aircraft is back at the airfield. That way someone else can take the aircraft or I can do another flight with it whenever. So that's done, that's sorted. That is not too shabby. I absolutely quite like that. Alright, I shall see you guys next time. Alright guys, see you later.